Another way to graph is to use the intercepts. So we have graphing with a table of values, we have graphing using the slope and the y-intercept, but we can also just find the intercepts, and then you have 2 points, one for the x-intercept, one for the y-intercept, then you could graph those and make a line. Okay, so you have to be able to find the intercepts. If you want to find the x-intercept, then you let y equal 0. If you want to find the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. Okay. So now we're going to graph using intercepts. So first I'm going to find the x-intercept. So that means I'm going to let y equal 0. When I do that, I get 4x minus 3 times 0 minus 6 equals 0. That's 4x minus 6 equals 0, because 3 times 0 is 0. Put the 6 on the other side, and you get 4x equals 6. Divide both sides by 4, and so you get x equals 3 over 2, or 1.5. So I can graph that on the x-axis. It's the x-intercept, and it's about right there. Okay, now I want to find the y-intercept. So I'm going to let x equal 0. So I put 0 in for x. I get negative 3y minus 6 equals 0. Negative 3y equals 6, adding the 6 over. Divide both sides by negative 3, and I get y equals negative 2. So I go on the y-axis to negative 2, and that's going to be the y-intercept. So I have 2 points, and I can draw a line between those 2 points. Maybe I can draw a line. Okay, so you get a ruler for that. And that's what the line looks like. Now, a lot of textbooks, when they're teaching the intercept method, will have you do a 3rd point just to make sure that everything's lining up. Because if you make one mistake, your whole line's going to be off. Now, you could do that. You could just pick any point for x or y, but let's let x equal 1. So my equation was 4x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0. If I put a 1 in for x, then I get 4 minus 3y minus 6 equals 0, or negative 3y minus 2 equals 0. Put the 2 on the other side. Divide by negative 3. And you get y equals negative 2/3. So this is similar to the work we did with a table of values. We just are, choosing an x value, finding the y value. And that's the point 1 comma negative 2/3. Now the question is, does that fit on my graph here? If I went over 1, like over 1 and down 2/3, yeah, it's about there. It's a little hard to see maybe, but yeah, that's pretty close.